Welcome back to another episode of Accelerate the Great. I'm your host, Nehemiah Davis. I'm really excited about this particular episode because I get to bring someone who I look up to as a friend, a friend-tor, and someone who I actually invested in. I'm in his actual program. And the reason why I like this individual so much because he lives by the idea of over-delivering. Everything he does with his content, with his videos, with his program, it is all about over-delivering. And some of his concepts and some of his strategies, I'm like, Pete, they're mind-blowing. I need you to share some of this game-changing info with my audience because if you're able to generate multiple seven figures through your businesses, I know with the information you share, it can help people get to that 6 and then get to that 7. I also had that great opportunity to see this guy walk across the stage to get his 2 Comma Club award, which I'm getting next year, right? So success leaves clues. So when you want to learn something, you learn from someone who's doing it. So again, guys, this is why I'm bringing you some of the best people ever to Accelerate the Great podcast. So without further ado, I want to introduce Ecom Builders CEO himself, Peter Pruitt. What's up, brother?
Good. Talk about an intro, man. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. I'm hoping I can share as much value with everybody as I humanly possibly can. So thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate that, man. Again, man, it was very exciting, man. Like you see, a lot of people see people get success, and sometimes it could be hate or why isn't it me? When you got that award, and when I knew you, I'm like, man, I'm proud of that guy because I watch your YouTube. I watch how diligently you work on your craft and just becoming a better human being every single day. So to see you get something that you really wanted, you know, congrats to that, bro.
No, thank you. It was surreal. Honestly, like, even though it's, you know, a cheap piece of plastic, whatever, you know, it's a trophy. There's something about, you know, somebody else, you know, recognizing you for it. Because like for me, and I don't know if you know this, but we can get into this later, but this has been like 10 years in the making. Like a lot of people, they want to, you know, make their first dollar, make their first money online. And if they're not successful within their like first 2-3 months, they're like, oh, it's a scam, it doesn't work, you know, and they start blaming everybody else besides themselves. And like for me, I've done everything you can imagine to try and make money online. And to finally, like, for all that to culminate, even though we've made well past $1 million online, when we got that award, like it was just something tangible to it, right? Like you associate like, oh man, like somebody else is recognizing like all that hard work that went into that. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no, anytime, bro. It's just, that's the grind. And the thing that I like about you, and you say, you remind me of my brothers Rich and Laz. They and Ecom as well do extremely well like yourself. And is you guys aren't selling flash, right? A lot of people, like I hear you say, like you're not into the cars. I don't think you're not into like trying to. And there's nothing wrong with having the cars. I think there's nothing wrong with any of that. But I was brought to you by your value that you put out, by the videos, by your content. Mm-hmm. And I kind of want you to touch on that because a lot of people will come to you as purely content. You putting out incredible content. Why is putting out good content so important? And is there ever a point of too much good content? Like where you like, oh man, if I put all this out, they may don't want to buy from me. I'm giving them all for free. What's your mindset on that?
You have so many good questions right there. First about the cars. So the one thing that I could never do, at least me, myself personally, like I know if I went and we went and bought, you know, for Ecommerce Empire Builders, the YouTube channel, whatever, and we went and bought a Lamborghini or leased one or rented one, I know without a shadow of doubt, we'd get more clicks, we'd get more people buying our stuff, like we'd make more money. But for me personally, my morals, but like, you know, like for me to say that to somebody and like give value to somebody with like a Lamborghini behind me, that would just leave a bad taste in my mouth. Because again, 10 years, like it took me 10 years to get here. For somebody that's just getting into it, for me to like show that false expectation of something like that, like, I don't know, like I feel like for me, like if I was like a new person and somebody was telling me something like that, like I'd be off put by it. Some people aren't, some people, I don't know. That's just my standing on it. But to answer your second question, what was the second part about it? Too much content?
Yeah, too much. So, you know, sometimes even me, I'm like, man, is it ever too much where it's like, man, you putting out all this content, that's enough for them to go do it without me where they don't need my program. They don't need my mentorship. Do you ever feel that way? And what's your happy medium right there?
So great question. No, give away everything you have, right? There's some things, of course, that I leave only to my students, like templates, email sequences, like just proprietary stuff that's taken me years and years to do, right? But there's no information that you have, that I have, that isn't available somewhere on the internet. Okay. Why people pay you for your advice is because, one, you've done it, right? And two, like, you've compiled it all into like a step-by-step sequence. Like, you need a step-by-step sequence to follow. Like my YouTube channel, like for me, sometimes I'll be like, okay, like this, I keep this at my desk, right? So I'll just be like, okay, like after we have a call here, like I'll probably get an idea and I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just shoot a quick little video just talking about it, right? There's like a lot of blurbs and stuff that I put out there, but like the course is step-by-step guided approach, right? But when you do provide, like just on the free content side, you want to provide as much value as you can, because even if you give away the farm, so to speak, like your customers, they're going to appreciate that, right? And believe it or not, like, I'm not sure if you have a program or anything like that, but people that have programs, they don't buy your thing to necessarily like learn from you. They buy stuff, one, to support you because they like you, they trust you, they feel like they know you, they want to get closer to you. And three, they're buying into your belief that you instilled in them. That's the thing. Like, people buy based on beliefs. Like, you can go really deep with like sales psychology with this stuff, but your goal as a marketer or whatever is to instill that belief in your customers. And when you do give away like ridiculous amounts of valuable content for free every single day, right, that separates you from everybody else. There's nobody else in the e-commerce space that I know of that does it every single day consistently. And a lot of people that you know, I've seen so many people come and go over the years, is they'll just put together a webinar, try and sell a program, but they've never put out any free content. They don't have a podcast. They don't have a social media following, right? It's the ones that are like obsessed with like helping their customers. Like, you have to become like, I was reading a book, like Jay Abraham's book, and he's like, the ones that win in this are the people that become absolutely obsessed with their customers, right? And caring about your customers, which is like a lost art. A lot of people are like, oh, it's all about me, me, me. Like, no, like, trust me. And I tell my audience all the time, of course I make money off of this. It's just another income stream for me. You should have multiple income streams in your businesses. But like, my goal is to help you get that award just like I did, right? Like, this changed my life. So I want to help you guys do the same. So if you come from a place where you're like, you know what, like, not trying to hide anything, like, again, some proprietary things I just can't give away because that wouldn't be fair to people that paid for it, like our funnel templates, like, you know, like that stuff I can't give away. But like, you know, talking about anything, I have no problem, right? I don't mind, you know, helping anybody out there. It doesn't matter if it's on our YouTube channel or free Facebook groups, because I know that value that I do will get them to want to come invest in me at some point in the future.
That's good. So that's a good question. What about the free Facebook groups, right? Mm-hmm. Because when you're doing a free Facebook group, most people, you're dropping all the gems in there. Why would they go to the paid one? Is it probably because of the other proprietary stuff? Is that what it would be?
So yeah. So the thing is, like, a lot of people can go out online and download any program they want for free, right? Yeah. But that's the thing, is like, most people, they never do anything with it. Like, if they do that. But the part that you can't get is the group, the networking, the meetup, like the meetups, like the cool stuff that happens in that group. Now, like for us, we have Q&As every single Saturday. Every single Saturday we are in there. I go into that group every single morning and answer questions. Like if in my free Facebook group that I have, like, I'll go in there, provide some value, welcome new students and stuff like that. But I'm not going to necessarily, for one, like, every question I answer, I'll just link out to a YouTube video where I basically answered it in a YouTube video, because I don't like typing. So whatever content you want to put out, like, decide what you like to do first. Like me, I hate typing, I hate blogging, all that stuff. That's what I do with my YouTube channel. So we'll just link them out to that. I have a couple of people that help me, like, hey, we have this question answered for you on our YouTube channel. Just go to that. But again, like the private, like, mastermind groups, they are, you know, we have our weekly Q&As every single week there, where they can, you know, come on, we can review their businesses, review their sales funnels, products, whatever that they're selling or doing. So it's more structured, you know, and like, there's going to be like cool things that we're going to be doing in the future. I haven't talked about this one yet, but we want to do like live events, like private things just for our students. You weren't there, but at Funnel Hacking Live, we took basically everybody inside our mastermind group out to like a Brazilian steakhouse, and like, it all paid for by me. It was awesome. I had to
fly out early, man. I wanted to be there. I'm like, I had to get home. I had a ski trip the next day. Every year we take 100 kids skiing, fully sponsored by our organization. So it was like, I'm like, I couldn't miss it. So
oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm looking forward to the
Next year for sure. But like, that's the thing. Like, look, whenever we have like a conference that I know a lot of people are going to be at, like, hey, let's just get together. You know, it's on me. Like, you guys, you know, invested, so let me like give back to you guys. We'll mastermind together for a few hours. So it was a good time. Like, there's a lot of like private things, right? Just getting closer. And this goes back to like, and we could talk about like value ladders and stuff like that. Like free content, it lives on the bottom of the value ladder. That's your social media, YouTube, podcasts, right? It's the first interactions. I call this relationship funnels, right? So it's your relationship funnel, right? It's not really structured. It's kind of just like you're putting out content, trying to attract all your people. Like, your podcast is attracting the people that you want. Like, you don't want certain people. Like, you only want like the kind of people that will actually be interested in business and bettering their lives, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the next step. Okay, maybe there's like a free book you have, or a challenge funnel, or something along those lines, where you can just bring in some customers. Then maybe you have like a more higher ticket thing, then even a more higher ticket thing. Like, and that's the kind of way, because people want, like, believe it or not, this was hard for me to understand. And like, people want to like hang out with you. Like, people will pay to get closer to you. It's just something like, for me, like, I realized like at Funnel Hacking Live, like when we were walking around, we couldn't even walk down the hallway. Like, people would be like trying to get pictures with us, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, I just started this YouTube channel like a year ago, and it was just so humbling. It's amazing. But I'm telling you, like, people want closer, more exclusive access to you, and they will pay if you properly are getting them results, giving them tremendous amount of value every step of that value ladder. Like, every step. Like, there's the free stuff, okay, then there's like a little bit better, more, but the value has to keep going up as you charge more for your products or services.
Value. So P, I kind of put the cart before the horse. I think that's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted you to kind of talk about, because 10 years, I love that, because a lot of us, they'll look at you, right? They'll look at someone like me. They'll look at all these different entrepreneurs and be like, oh, Pete got lucky. You know, he been working for 10 years. I haven't had a full-time job in 11 years. I've been working my butt off for years, learning, failing, figuring it out. So kind of what made you get into ecom? Because even 10 years in ecom, I feel like it's still before a lot of people's time when people are just getting started. What made you say, yes, this is what I want to do? Because someone might be in that predicament right now.
Yeah. So 10 years ago, I discovered online marketing. I was 18 years old. Actually, that's right, 11, because I just turned 29. But 10 years ago, I was a freshman in college. Didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, I'm just going to go to college for computers. Like, I figured, you know, like, if I get a degree having something to do with computers, like, I have to be able to get a job. No idea like what internet marketing was. One of my roommates at the time, he was doing something called affiliate marketing, right? Where essentially, like, he could go rank pages on Google, and every time like somebody bought from his website, like, he made a small commission. And that was my introduction to this entire world. We started putting together all of these really crappy websites, you know, selling different kinds of products and making a commission off of them. Again, like, that was short-lived because like the Google slap happened and all that stuff, and it wasn't a real business. But it was nice. Like, I was making like a couple extra $100 a week in college. Like, I was like, holy crap! Like, this is insane. Like, I'm actually online. But it wasn't enough to be able to like not get a job after graduation. So once I graduated, I always had this itch. I was like, what am I, like, I feel like I don't want this. I can't, like, when I was working full time, like, just being like stuck in a cubicle, like 9 to 5. And I don't want to like offend anybody like that has these kind of jobs and stuff. But like I knew for me, like, I remember I was working at like a law firm and just doing like filing and computers and whatever I was doing there. Like, I remember like sitting on the train, like, you're in Philly. I was sitting on the train. I was going to 20th and Market, literally going up to 20th floor, and just like basically sitting in a cubicle for like 9 hours a day, then doing the same thing, basically taking the train home. So they're sitting in traffic and doing the same thing each and every single day. And I was like, what gives? Like, I couldn't picture myself being like 60 years old, 70 years old, doing this anymore. Like, I wasn't fulfilled at all. Like, I was seriously like almost like, not depressed, but I was like, is this it? This is what life is about for me now? Like, I'm just going to do this and forever. And always in the back of my mind, I was like, you know what? I made money online though. Like I made like some money. That means there's more out there for me to go get, right? I just need to figure it out. And that's when I kind of started learning about, how to make my money online. And I came across e-commerce. Now, e-commerce, there's so many ways to make money online in e-commerce, right? But I came across Amazon FBA. So if you guys don't know what Amazon FBA is, essentially you or me, we can go to China, Alibaba.com, wherever, source a bunch of products from China, ship them to Amazon warehouses, and then they sell our products for us. So basically we never have to touch the product at all. It does require a very big investment. I literally invested like my life savings at this time to start Amazon FBA. I was like, okay, then I'm just gonna let Amazon do all the work, right? So invested like 5-10 grand in Amazon in products that I really didn't know anything about, shipped them over to Amazon FBA. In our first year, we crushed it. I mean, we were doing like $50,000 to $80,000 a month in sales just on Amazon. And I was like so excited, dude. Like I remember like driving to work, like I didn't even care. Like I would go to work and I would just work on my businesses and stuff like that. And unfortunately I wasn't able to pay myself enough. Like those of you that might already sell on Amazon, like your money is constantly like being wrapped up in inventory. So the second I had 10 grand, I would just be like, okay, we need more inventory. And like, there's always money that you need the inventory. So still have to work full time. And then I remember one day, to make a long story short, I got a couple emails saying like, hey, my Amazon listings were suppressed. And essentially what happened is some competitor came on our Amazon listing, said we were infringing on patents, which was completely false. It wasn't true, right? But Amazon, they shoot first, they don't even ask questions, but they just shoot first because they don't want to be caught up in like a legal battle or lawsuit. Took us nearly a year to ever get that Amazon account back, but by that point, the damage was already done, right? And it sucked, man, because like those of you that do sell on Amazon right now, like strongly reconsider what you're doing, because I don't mind selling on Amazon now because I have my own customers. I have my own email list. I have assets for my business that even if Amazon bans me, like I don't care. Like I could still sell to my customers. I have a real business, right? So after I got banned on Amazon, fell into a dark place in my life for a few years. Basically, blaming basically everybody else but myself. Like this is what a lot of us do when we fail. Like we blame everybody else besides ourselves. We look externally instead of internally. And fell into a dark place. And then I remember just like one day I was like, this, like, you're just giving up. Like all this stuff you've learned, like you nerded out in marketing, online marketing, you did e-commerce affiliate, like you're just going to let that all go to waste. And I was like, you know what? I can't, I have to try again. I got to keep going. So that's when I learned about like Shopify. And I needed to rebuild a business. So I decided I was going to start a business around something that I actually love, something that I enjoy. So I started a business around fishing, because fishing is something like I love. I do it all the time. It's something I enjoy. And I was like, you know what? I don't even care if this business fails or succeeds or whatever, right? Like I'm going to have fun doing this. Yep. And that business did very, very, very well. It was a business that we got into that 2 Comma Club for. However, it's a lot goes into this because we started making sales. Sales were good when we were selling on a Shopify store. And if you guys don't know what a Shopify store is, essentially it's an e-commerce storefront. Like you or I can just go to shopify.com and create our own website in like 10 minutes. But the problem with Shopify is there's no clear direction when your customers come to it. Right? You might have like 20, 30 products on there, right? You're not clearly telling your customer what to do the moment they land on that page. And that's a problem because right. What happens with a lot of us when we run advertisements, influencers, however we're getting traffic to our websites is our customers, they don't know us. They don't trust us. They don't like us. And we're asking them for credit card information. And like, I love asking this question. I'll ask it to you. When's the last time you bought something from a Facebook ad? Have you ever?
Right.
Have you ever bought something from a Facebook ad? Of
course.
You have? Like a physical product?
Pete, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
No, I'm sorry. Our internet kind of cut out for a quick second. You said when the last time I bought something from Facebook?
Have you ever bought something from a Facebook advertisement?
Not recently. No.
Yeah. So this is like my argument is like, why would you expect your customers to? Like I've personally never bought anything from a Facebook ad. Like ever. Maybe like an information product or something, but like a physical product, I've never bought from a Facebook ad. Yet us as e-commerce, marketers, we're expecting our customers to, right? So it's like a catch-22. So I built out that Shopify store. We were using a few other apps during that time, and we were making sales, but we were not making money. It was the same situation that I was in with Amazon again. I was making sales in Shopify, but then I still couldn't pay myself for my business. I was like, what what is going on here? Like, this makes no sense. Like, everybody's driving Lamborghinis and stuff. Like, when is it going to be my turn here? And I remember I was at a conference for my full-time job, and I was in a mastermind group of like different Amazon sellers and online e-commerce sellers. And there was this company that came in to do a presentation like virtually on like this new software they were launching, right? And it was ClickFunnels. They had just launched like literally like a couple months beforehand. They came to this mastermind thing, explained what this software does, like how it works. And everybody in the mastermind group was like, oh, that's cool. But like, I was like this is game changer. Like, this is going to this is going to change. I knew immediately that this was going to change my life. And ever since then, like, I've just been obsessed with building out these sales funnels for my e-commerce businesses. It took my business from making sales to just sales, breaking even, not even breaking even, losing money, to finally be able to quit my job from it and actually pay myself for my business. That's like the critical piece that I like is my mission with e-commerce empire builders, for people to actually be able to pay themselves from their e-commerce business. Like, just making sales, it's not enough, right? The margin is what matters. It's what you keep is what matters. Like, I don't care. Like, if you make $100,000 a month, but you're only keeping 10 of that, like, but I can do it. I can do 20K a month and keep 10 of that. It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. Like, people don't realize that the volume doesn't matter. Like, you'll have people being, oh, I did $1 million this month in Shopify. I'm okay. Well, show me your margins. Right. I guarantee your margins are like nothing. You probably were able to pay yourself like 10 grand this year. Right. So with the funnel, it's very step-by-step. Like, we treat our customers like goldfish, because unfortunately you and we are goldfish. Okay. We have the attention spans of 3 seconds. You have 3 seconds to get your customer's attention and decide if they want to, proceed with you, trust you. So we build out these sales funnels that guides the customer. Be like, hey, coming from our advertisement, hey, we're giving away these free fishing lures, or we have a great discount for you for these fishing lures today, right? Enter your email below to reserve to claim your product. So we collect that email address the moment the customer lands on our stores. Then we tell them, okay, like, what's the product? Like, how many products do you want of this, right? Have them buy, and then we put them through upsell sequences where we can sell them complimentary products, do subscription boxes where the real money's made. We don't have time enough to go into that. But the funnel, it really is like just a guided step-by-step process where we sell one product. We don't try and sell 100 things, because again, the second you start adding in more buttons and products, like, your customer gets confused and they're like, oh, maybe later, or maybe should I click this or should I click that? And then, okay, wait, oh, baby's crying. Okay, they're gone, right? Like, it's really important to understand the mindset of your customers. That's something I've learned like tremendously well over the past couple of years, is like putting yourself in the position where your customer currently is at, right? Because like, picture your customer's probably like, you're driving, right? For God forbid, right? They're probably like at work. They might be like in the bathroom, right? Like, you have very, very short amount of time to get their attention and get some asset for your business, so then you could follow up with them via email, or if they do decide to buy. So I hope that makes sense. I know it's long-winded, but that is basically the whole entire story right there.
No, that's good. And just, I think a lot of people sleep, Pete, on just the sales funnel, just on the idea that, because a lot of my friends like, yo, I just want to get them in the store and get them out. But you're leaving so much. So I started Circle of Greatness Academy a couple years ago. And there's an online community where we help people start and grow businesses. But ideally, a lot of motivation. We have weekly calls with different proven experts. And the problem that I had now, as I look back on it, I have had, anywhere maybe up to 1,000 students. But all of those students who came through, it was no upsell. So just imagine you're coming into the funnel, and this is continuity as well. I still have it. But why didn't I keep going? Like, hey, what about this? What about this? So I left a tremendous amount of money on the table. And I'm sure people every day is losing a lot of money by not having the order bump, not having the upsell, not having the downsell. Just so I know the story talked about it, but why are those components important, because this is going to help somebody on the podcast today.
Yeah, like this is why like the funnels.
We could talk on the value ladders. I guess it could lead into the value ladder as well.
The thing is, like, funnels, like a lot of people think, oh, you're being sneaky. You're sending them upsells. You're getting order bumps. You're like, it's not. If you think you're being sneaky or you're doing something unethical with your customers, like credit card information, that's on you. You're the business owner. But we design these things to be a win-win situation, right? We want our customers to have a great buying experience, and we want them leaving our store, our funnel, feeling like they're going to be able to get the result that they want, right? Plus, the business needs to make the most amount of money immediately from that moment that customer comes through our funnels, right? And there's a reason that there's certain pieces of the funnel that are in place, like collecting that email address, because on average, you should be making $1 per month per email. Like, there's no excuse. If you have 1,000 emails on your email list right now and you're not making $1,000 a month in your business, then there's a problem. You're not selling, right? So the moment somebody hits that, we need to create that, because a lot of people aren't going to buy on the order page, right? They might need more time, right? They might need to hear some reviews, testimonials. Does your product do what you say it does, right? And on the order form, we can offer quantity discounts of the product, enticing the customer to buy more, right? That really maximizes the revenue from us. Plus, we can add these order bumps. So an order bump is like a pre-purchase upsell, right? It sounds confusing, but basically what it is like being a grocery store line, a bag of gum, chips, or a pack of gum, chips. Like, it's just a quick little item that's just like a toss in to make to increase the average cart for the grocery store or for your business. So things that you could put there is like expedited shipping, front of line shipping, warranties, gift cards, like limited edition version of the product that they're buying, like whatever you can put in there that is easy, is a no-brainer, that they can just toss in. Then we have our upsells. Now, the upsells, you can do whatever you want on the upsells. Like, it's totally up to you. It's about understanding your customer, right, and what they need, because every product solves a problem. And some people are like, oh, no, it doesn't. Like, it does. You just don't know the customers well enough. Like, that's the problem. Like, a lot of people that are in this world, like you were just saying, like, they're like, oh, I'm just trying to get them in my store and get them out. No way. Like, what? The only people that do that are the ones that are kind of doing something unethical, that they just want the money real quick and for them to be out, right? If you're actually trying to help your customer in whatever way it is, like for fishing, right? What do these guys want, right? They want to catch more fish. They want to catch bigger fish. But like, okay, look, why do they want to do that? Right? Well, okay, probably because they want to like post it on their Instagram pages to get, to show up their friends, right? Or beat a personal record, or outfish their buddies when they go out, right? You have to really get into the mind of them, and then you can craft your upsells, your order page, whatever you're offering there, to really make your customer feel like, you know what, like these people care about my result. Because what's so important to understand is like the ultimate question. I always ask this to people. I'm like. You're selling a fishing lure, right? Like, why should they buy your fishing lure instead of going to Amazon or going to, Bass Pro Shops or a Walmart, right? You have to be able to answer that question in your favor, right? And this is where we go into like creating good offers, right? Like bundling things together strategically to get our customer to be like, yeah, I'll buy from him, right? Like, like make them feel like they can't get this anywhere else. When you do this, and you don't just sell a fishing lure, you're selling a solution, right? A solution to the result that they actually want. Like, you can charge whatever you want, right? You can charge whatever you want for that, because you're no longer just selling a commodity product like everybody else on Amazon or Walmart is, right? Where everyone's competing on price and just racing to the bottom, right? No, I'd rather be the most expensive guy in town because I can be, right? Because I'm going to be able to put an offer together to get my customer to be like, heck yeah, I'm buying from Pete's fishing store. Like, absolutely. Why wouldn't I be? I'd be crazy not to. Instead of just going to like Amazon.com, right? Where they don't get all of those additional things. So that's like probably the most important thing that I could probably share with everybody. There's a bunch of other things that go into it, but like creating offers and not selling products, like, is probably one of the most profound things I've ever learned. And it is whatever, like, you can apply this to anything in life, right? Like, it's funny, like literally, like if you're like want your significant other to do something, like let's say you want to take them to the movies and that you want to see a movie that you want to see, right? You can't just be like, oh, we're going to go see this new movie tonight that I want to see. Like, they're going to be like, no, like, why? Right? give a compelling reason, like create an offer. Oh, when you get home, like you can pick the spot to go to dinner, right? Then I'll get you like a massage, or I'll give you a massage, and I'll boom, like all these other things, right? Like you have all these other things to compel the person to be like, oh yeah, okay, you know what? Go to this movie I don't want to see actually sounds pretty good, right? And you could get really good at this, like in everything in life, right? So does that make sense, or did I just go way too?
No, that's fire. No, I think that's important. I think that was profound, and I think that's going to literally help change a lot of people. And that's the thing, as you know, and we were both at the conference, and he was like, listen, don't ever decrease the price, increase the value. Mm-hmm. And if you're giving so much value, it's going to feel like an idiot if I don't buy this. Like I may never get the opportunity to buy this ever again, so I might as well take action on it. Mm-hmm. So guys, in your notes, I know you guys are probably taking notes, write this down. Don't sell, make offers. Mm-hmm. And selling is you're trying to sell one product, you're trying to get them out your store fast. No, give them an offer that's going to make them want to stay and make them want to buy everything that you have in the store, right? And Ecom is like a store. Target don't want you to run in and run out. They want you to spend some time in there. Best Buy don't want you to run in and run out. These stores aren't designed. Listen, when you go in a grocery store, most people need milk. They purposely put it in the back of the market in the right-hand side. So you got to walk all the way through the store so you can see a bunch of other things you want. That's essentially Ecom, like a sales funnel. We want you to see it.
The best retail sales funnel out there is IKEA. Okay? IKEA is the best sales funnel that I've ever seen that happen in real time, because you can't just check out. You basically, like, they barricaded you like a mouse, and you have to basically go through everything. You basically have to walk a mile. Like, I remember we walked in there and you did one thing that was at the front of the store, and we're like, are you serious? We have to walk all the way around this, through the kitchen stuff, through the house stuff, then through the warehouse, and then finally get to the checkout. Yeah. Right? And then, like, think about, like, even when you buy a TV, like, say you go to Best Buy and you buy a TV, right? They're not just going to let you walk out of that store with a TV. I promise you that you're going to walk out with other things. You're going to walk out with a TV mount. You're going to walk out with warranties. You might walk out with, like, a Blu-ray player, cables, HDMI cables. You're going to walk out with other things. I promise you that. Or if you don't, they're going to upsell you to other things, you know? So it's good to learn from them, because they are like the original. Like, McDonald's is the ultimate sales funnel. Like, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but McDonald's loses money on like people that come through their drive-through, right? And they rely on the cashiers to be like, you know, like to get a burger, to get somebody to buy a burger, like a double cheeseburger or something like that for $1, they basically lose money. So if you or I went to McDonald's right now and only bought a double cheeseburger for $1, they would actually lose money. Like, they would lose money. They make money. Okay, the drink, the fries, like, that's where all their money is. Like, those are the upsells, right? Like, start looking at your business that way too. Like, what other little thing can I toss in there? Like, every business should have upsells. Every business, I'm telling you, if you don't have an upsell right now and you have any business, doesn't matter, info, affiliate, whatever you're doing, you need to upsell your customers more, because the goal with that is to, like, when these people are coming through your funnels, right, you're basically qualifying these people, right? First, you're identifying them as an email subscriber. Are they even willing to give you an email address? Because if they're not going to give you their email address, they're sure as hell not going to give you a credit card, okay? So we get the email address, micro commitment. The more we can get them to say yes, the better off we're going to be, and them, right? Because what we're selling is good. We need to give them value with whatever we're selling. Order form page, right? Again, that's where we're now qualifying them as a buyer, right? We've qualified them as a subscriber. Now we're qualifying them as a buyer, right? Once they click yes, we're going to buy, and they put in their billing information, upsells, right? Which are all one click, right? All one click, you know, just get billed on.
One click is important.
Upsells. Yes, and I need to hit on that in a second. Remind me if I forget. But the upsells, we're now identifying those buyers in heat. The buyers in heat are like just the people that will buy everything you want, right? Like everything, like they're the best. Like they'll buy every single one of your upsells, but we need to identify those people, because you don't know what that person is buying for. It might be Christmas time, and they maybe just want to get all their Christmas shopping done, so they're just going to buy all your stuff, right? So it's really important to be able to identify those customers the moment, from the beginning, from being a non-customer to potentially being somebody that buys all of your products. Now, to hit on that, the cart thing. So this is one of the reasons that Shopify sellers struggle, and most, like literally 99% of Shopify sellers don't really make that much money, and it's because of cart pages. I see this all the time where even if they have pre-purchase upsells, look, what your customer is going to do is they're going to browse around. They're going to add a bunch of things in their cart because it's fun, and they're browsing around, and they're like, yeah, I like this thing, add to cart. Then they go to the cart page, and they're like, yeah, that's not happening. And then they leave. They leave. You just lost the sale. This is why conversion rates on Shopify, this is not me made up. They released that the average Shopify store conversion rate is 1.33%. That means like out of 100 people that come to your store, 1.3 people will buy. Basically one person. I'll give you two. I'll give you two people. All right. 2 people will buy. On a funnel, you're like 10 to 15%, right? You're 10 to 15. That means 10 people out of 100 will buy from it. So literally you're 10xing just by using the funnel, because it's one product, one offer, and you're guiding the customer, making them do micro commitments, right? They gave you the email address, then they're giving you their billing, shipping information, then you're qualifying them. So extremely important, to grasp that.
I like that. You know, the funnel. So as I said, guys, I'm in Peter's program. One, we did the Organifi funnel. We finished that for a client. When it eventually takes off, that funnel right there is that Organifi funnel, that's probably the best funnel I've ever seen for a product funnel. Oh my gosh. Real quick, so one of the things Pete does, guys, is this guy breaks down the funnels, right? And is literally, you can plug them right into your business. And it's almost like even the free plus ship, the free sample funnel is like crazy, man. So that's a whole nother story. It's just the idea that
it's just fun, because like you should have like a lot of people that get into it. It's like a lot of fun, like just taking out your credit card and buying stuff and seeing like, well, how are they selling? Because you get so many ideas. Like I've gotten so many ideas like of these funnel hacks that we do on the YouTube channel, being like, okay, we'll just let's go buy all their things live and see what they're selling. I mean, this is a lot of entrepreneurs and e-commerce people, like you're scared to pull out your credit cards, right? Like all of my competitors, I buy all of their things because I need to know what they're doing, right? I need to know their upsells. I need to know what are their emails that they're sending me if I'm not buying, and then also when I am buying, because your swipe, like a swipe file is basically a collection of ads and emails and what your competitors are doing, so you can get inspiration from. Like my swipe file is my life. Like I don't reinvent the wheel. I'm not a smart person at all. I just am resourceful. I have all of these swipe files I can have. So if I need to write advertisements, I go into my swipe file that has thousands of things in it already, and I pick and choose ideas, right? Don't plagiarize. Get ideas from multiple sources and create your own unique thing.
Wow, that's serious. Gee. So for you, P, if you had a choice, I'm probably going to answer this because you're probably going to say YouTube. Only one social media site to monetize your business. What platform would you use?
Social media? Yeah, it would definitely be YouTube. Yeah. My big thing when I say this, though, is to always understand that any of these platforms, social media like YouTube, Instagram, podcast even, it's not yours. Like in my opinion, like dude, when I got banned on Amazon, like that left scars. Like I am scared like to that I'm always expecting that I'm going to be banned from one of these platforms for whatever reason. Always think about the only thing that you have that's yours is your email list. I understand open rates aren't as good as they used to be, click rates aren't as great as they used to be. It's all about building the relationship, right? If your people aren't opening your emails, it's because your relationship with them is stagnating. Okay, you're not providing enough value. Okay, I love using this example. It's like think about like your friends. Like if your mom shoots you an email, right? You're gonna open it, right? Because you have a good relationship with your mom, right? But like when they're now seeing emails from you randomly, like they're not gonna open them because you're not in that in that area. So email's the only thing that I could take and put on a USB and know that my business will survive. So I always encourage people like, yeah, have these social media platforms are so important. Like YouTube is for me. I hope do you publish this stuff on YouTube?
I got to get better with it. I got so many videos not on YouTube, bro. I'm talking about videos that people like, yo, that made me so much money. I have to.
YouTube is the best platform I've ever seen. Like honestly, because think about it, like being able to see me, like my face, talking to me every single day. Like I'm not getting millions of views by any means, but like our audience is extremely profitable from the audiences that we have. I always recommend people, it doesn't matter, again, what you sell, e-commerce, whatever, have a YouTube channel. Oh my goodness. But again, focus on getting them off. right? You want to focus on getting them off. Like always have like some freebie that maybe you're giving away to get their email address, pixel them for your Facebook stuff. So always important, like treat the social media platforms, put a lot of effort into them, but make the focus and turn that traffic into traffic that you are going to actually own, right? Traffic that you can then have like put it on. If you can't put it on a USB, it's not yours. That's the way I look at it.
You hear that? So listen, do not depend, because the other day social media shut down. People were freaking out, man. Like, I'm like, oh man. But then I knew there were other ways I can still talk to my customer. And it's crazy. I just heard this statistic. They said on the high rate, 4%, and don't quote me on the statistic, 4% engagement, like 4 to 7% of your followers are actually seeing the content you post on Instagram. And let's just say if your engagement lower, they're saying less than 1%. So if you got 10,000 followers, 700 of those people are only seeing it at best, right? So I was checking my email. I'm like, okay, 20% open rate. And I don't know the exact what is a good or bad open rate, but I know 20% is better than 7%, right? So it's like, guys, take note of sending out these emails, collecting emails, because again, if these sites decide to shut us out, God willing they don't, what will happen to your business? Yeah. And that's what.
Think about it. The thing is, like, if you have a message, right? If you have a message that you want to get out there, right? Like, post it on Instagram, right? You get your 4 or 5%. Send an email out about it. You get your 20%. Post a video on YouTube. That's another. Don't ever assume that your customers are listening on all platforms, because they're not. Like, I thought this before. I was like, oh, I'll make a YouTube video about it, and everybody will say, no. I have people in my audience that are not watching my YouTube videos. They only listen to my podcast, right? Yeah. So I'm getting you can't maybe ever get to the full 100% engagement, but you have to give yourself a fighting chance. Like, we have our Instagram where we take clips from our YouTube content. We have our YouTube channel. We have the podcast. We have our Facebook groups, social media, like all the other places. And you don't start like that. It's impossible to try and do all this. Like, pick one platform, like a blog, if you like writing, if you like YouTube, podcast, whatever. Just start pushing content out there. I'm telling you, like, I've always was, up until like a year and a half ago before I started the YouTube channel, like, I never expected to just do this. And then people just started asking me like, oh, how are you doing this? So I was like, oh, I'll just start a YouTube channel, right? And then just to share with you guys. And it's blown up since. It's been like the most amazing thing, seeing like the stuff that I teach, like not only work for me, but work for our students as well. Like, it's so humbling, absolutely incredible. So,
That's good. And for you, what is your favorite platform to run ads? Facebook, YouTube? Like, if someone's getting started and then someone more advanced, what would you prefer?
Oh man, for e-commerce products, Facebook, for sure. For personal brand, YouTube, for sure. Because like, you can run ads on your own videos, and you just have.
I saw that on one of your videos. I'm like, this guy's running ads on his own videos.
I don't run any of that stuff though. See, the thing is, like, a lot of people, like, for me, like, you can't, like, a lot of people, like, I know it's easy for me to say this now because I've been in this for so long. It's like, I can't, it's hard for me sometimes to be like, okay, well, like, this person's never even made a business before. But like, if you're trying to scale to like 8-figure, 7-figure business quickly, like, there's you as a CEO, like, what CEO do you know that runs their own Facebook ads?
Yeah.
None of them do that. Right. Like, none of them do that, right? You have to start focusing and being the strategist of the business. Okay, same for me with e-commerce empire builders. This is my job in this. Doing, coming on a podcast, putting out content on my YouTube channel, right? You think I'm uploading these videos? You think I'm editing these videos? You think I'm doing it? No, because that is pointless. I can go hire a VA, pay this person, $10 an hour to do this for me. My YouTube ads, my Facebook ads, I have a copywriter. Like, we have 13 people on the e-commerce empire builders team.
Wow.
13 people. That's what I'm saying. Like, you need to have that if you're actually trying to build something. And this is something that took a while, because like, for me with my e-commerce businesses, I had like a couple other partners in that, but like, I was basically doing everything. I was basically doing everything in that business, and you can't scale that way. That's why I see a lot of people in e-commerce, they're so working in their business that they forget what they're doing. You got to start working on your business. So put yourself in that CEO position. Hire somebody to run your Facebook ads. Don't be in there every single day. Like, it's good to know it. Don't be ignorant, but like, you will never be able to get an 8-figure business if you're like trying to run your YouTube ads, create your social media posts, run Facebook ads, YouTube ads, then you're creating Twitter posts, then you have a podcast and you have a YouTube channel. Like, it's impossible. You know, you have to learn to hire great people, especially like for those of you that maybe already have a business. Think about, like, I have this journal here. Literally, I write in it every single day. Everything I do is in this book, right? If something, you have to audit yourself on what you're doing. Write everything you do from the moment you wake up till you go to bed. And if there's like things that are coming up that you shouldn't be doing, that your time is better spent doing something else. Like if you're answering your customer service emails or doing order fulfillment, like hire those things out. You have to hire those things out so you can, clear your head up so you can focus on like offers. Like that's what you need to be. You need to be focusing on offers, strategy, right? And then having a team that executes on your idea. Right? Like that's how, like, think about Jeff Bezos, right? He comes up with an idea, right? Then he has probably a project manager he tells it to, and then they execute, right? Very little involvement on his part.
It's funny because I was at a conference. They said, hey, you got to stay away from MWAs. I'm like, what that mean? He said minimum wage activities to be delegated. Not saying people on your team is minimum wage, but just it's essentially what you just said. Anything that you aren't, that isn't pushing the business forward, you need to bring on a team member. So for you, let me ask you this question because this is good. We're in the process of YouTube, right? Like we're looking to build the YouTube. We're running ads on YouTube. Do you suggest this personally? Hiring just an expert, a YouTube guru who you know is proven, or training people? Because I talk to a lot of different people, the Kevin Davids and Anthony Moore, just these different people. And they're like, yo, I trained someone or we trained someone. We hire an expert to train someone and then they start running it. Do you prefer an agency or do you prefer buying your guys courses and letting them learn and then grow? What is your preference?
So I'm currently doing both.
Gotcha.
Right now I have agencies that run our YouTube and Facebook but they're referrals. Always get referrals, right? And it depends, like, again, do you have time? Like it depends on your time. Like, you know what I mean? Like I have somebody right now that I'm training in like a bunch of different things in the business. But that's because I have more time now. We have so many team members, like revenue is not going to be impacted. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's amazing to say, know that like there's really nothing that could stop sales coming in, but like, so I have the time to be like, okay, we can invest in this person to, he can go, he has a couple weeks or a month, he could take a month to go learn this. And then maybe we could fill him into a slot. I personally, like, if you're new, just go with an agency. Like these agencies, like if you're selling e-commerce products, just go to an e-commerce Facebook agency. They probably do work for so many different people. They can use from different industries out there. They can take that source of inspiration and use it for your business, right? Like they see so many different advertisements that they're going to be able to create better ads than you can. They probably have copywriters already on their team, right? Like before we hired our copywriter on our team, like our agency people that we work with had copywriters. They weren't like the best, but they're better than you and me. Like unless you're nerding out on copywriting, like, so you have to learn to trust other people. And if they're not performing well, just fire them. Like, hire quick, fire, I forget how the saying goes, but like, hire slow, fire fast. Yeah. And one thing I wanted to hit where you were saying like MWA, because basically everybody probably listening to this podcast is like a high performer, right? They are motivated. They have ambition to do things in life. And what you have to understand is like most people, guys, aren't like me or you. Like most people and honestly, I have family members like this. They don't want to do what I do, right? They don't want to run their own business. They just want to be able to go to work 9 to 5 and they want to come home, relax, have a beer, enjoy time with their family. There is nothing wrong with that. Trust me, like stop instill, like this is a problem entrepreneurs have. Stop instilling your will on your friends and your family, like, because they have their own path on. When they get to the point ever in their life where they're like, you know what, that Pete, he's doing something. I'm gonna go ask him what he's doing. When they're ready, they'll come to you, because I struggled with this for a while. Like with my friends, I'm like, man, you guys have to run your own businesses. Like you got to do these own businesses and stuff. And they're like, no, like I just want to, go out on Friday nights and have a good time, and that's perfectly fine. Don't push your will. So these people that, let's say, editing videos, like you might think that's, MWA, but that person video editing might freaking love it. Like they live for this. They're like, yes, I love, and I'm getting paid to edit videos. Like they love it. Same with customer service. Some people just love doing customer service, you know, and you want to find those people. It's not, I'll be honest, like this game ain't cut out for everybody, man. Like I tell you, the stresses like that I feel every single day, like they'll break you very quickly if you're not ready for it. Like if I could tell you guys that for sure. So
for you, Pete, and we're going to wrap up in a minute. I don't want to hold you too much longer. I think this is important because a lot of people are going to quit, right? And I tell people a lot of time, I don't think I'm the smartest guy in the room. Like I'm not the most brilliant person. But the thing that separates me from a lot of people is I made a decision in my mind. This has to work or it has to work. No matter what I face, no matter struggle, no matter empty bank accounts. I don't care what is up against me. I made in my mind this have to work or it have to work. I can't go back to a job. It's not optional. Like it's not even if everything goes wrong, I'm going to stay the course. So I know you said you stopped for a little while, but you started back up. And I always tell people, I need you guys to understand this. Quitting will not speed up the process. If you want to make 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, taking a month off, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, it won't help you to get there quicker. Mm-hmm. So my question to you is, what is that thing you tell the people thinking about quitting? They know they want to go. They want to keep going, but man, Pete is going wrong. I spent my last. I'm ready to give up. What is that strategy you tell people now? Because you stopped, but you said it put you in a dark place for a while. How do you snap back quicker now?
So this is like, and honestly, I'm not sure if you went through like our module 1 stuff. It's like mindset. I put a lot of effort into that, and just looking at my life over the past few years, and just like all the road. I mean, it's people that think like you know, you or I have it easy because we get to wake up and like not have to go to a job or crazy. Like you think I'm sleeping until like 9? No, I'm up at like 6 a.m. every single morning, right? Like you have to train, like you treat yourself like an athlete because you are your own responsibility as an entrepreneur. And trust me, like sometimes I think about, I'm like, man, this shit's scary. like this is my house, my fiance, everyone's relying on me. Like, you know what I mean? So as far as the people that are giving up is like, you need to have, and I kind of want to go into this deeper, but like your why has to be really strong. But like
it's up to you. I just don't want to take too much of your time, bro.
Your why has to be like super strong. And the way you find it is like, if you do go through our module 1 stuff, is like we put together these mindset journals, right? That we read every single morning and we read them every single night. I do this every day. Literally, it takes me like 15 minutes to read this thing, but it's so worth it because it's the first thing I do in the morning and it's the last thing I do before I go to bed. Now, in this mindset journal, there's a couple pieces in there, but one of the first thing that I have you do is go back through your life, your entire life, okay, up to this point where you are, and write down everything you've accomplished. Go through your phone, I remember when I do mine, like I'll go through my old Blackberries and like all my old pictures, like everything you've accomplished that you're proud of, right? It could be dumb stuff. It could be like whatever, you know, getting a high school graduation or whatever it is. Like it could be like, you know, whatever it might be for you. It might be getting a car, like even material things that you're proud of, right? Whatever it might be, things that you're proud of, things that you've accomplished, right? Write it down, because I promise you, when you do that, you're going to look at that. I don't call it a vision board, but like, what's your current story, right? How did you get here, right? And all these pieces, they should fit together, and you should be able to look at that and be like, yeah, that's basically my entire life up to this point, right? And it's extremely important to understand where you've been in order to ever get to where you want to go. Like, it's so important to understand that. And the next thing that you want to do is create a vision board. And this is like the fun part, right? Literally picture a vision board exactly what it sounds. It's literally everything you want in life that you think would make you happy. And a lot of people get this one wrong because they'll put Lamborghinis, big houses, right? All these materialistic things in there. And this happened to me the first time I did this. I put together my where I've been, things I've accomplished in my life. And then I looked at my vision board, like the things I've wanted. And I'm like, man, like my current, like, seems a lot better. Like, I don't think my life would actually be that much better if I had a Lamborghini. Like, honestly, like those things, I'm like, it wouldn't make you happier. I promise you that. A lot of people put like this money stuff and like all these materialistic things. And even though I'm telling you, money to an extent does buy happiness. It'll buy you food. It'll buy you, you know, if you're sick, whatever, right? But like, I'm telling you, if you're all alone, you have no relationships or anything like that, like, you're not going to have no amount of money is going to make you happy. So other things I recommend people put on their vision boards are like your mentors. Like for me, like some of the people that I have on mine are like, you know, like Walt Disney is one, because like he is the ultimate. I mean, he was the most, a lot of people think like Disney World's all sunshine and rainbows, but he's not. Like he's probably one of the most ruthless businessmen that ever existed. He was amazing at creating amazing offers, but like he was ruthless, especially to his employees and such. A few other people, but like it's important to like put those things that where you want to go in there. And there's also a couple other pieces, but when you have those pieces in there and you look at those every single morning, right, and every single night, you look at where you've been, right, and then you're like, where am I going? Such a powerful way to start your morning because you have it. You know what your why is, right? Then at night, same exact thing. No better way to go to sleep than seeing what your future life is going to look like. I'm telling you, I just actually shot a video for our YouTube channel with this. Talking about this, and I wrote in my journal or in my vision board 2 years ago that I was going to get a brand new construction home in this area that I'm in, right? And I did. It just happened literally like 6 months ago. Brand new construction house. I trust me, I don't like believe in all the woo-woo like manifestations, but I believe like if you keep telling yourself something, you're going to find a way to get there if you want it bad enough. And I'm telling you, like, it happened. Obviously, the past 2 years, it's not like I was given anything for free, but it's important to be really clear on where you've been and what you want, and do it. Look at it every single morning. Don't just do it for a week and get excited. Like literally, like I could probably read my entire, like it's like 15 pages, and I could probably have it all memorized at this point. But that's extreme. I think that's what will keep people going that are thinking about giving up. They're going through roadblocks. You're going to hit so many bumps along the way, like guys, like 100%. So these kind of things I think really ground you, especially because you're doing them every single morning, every single night.
Yeah, and that's important. It's funny, Pete. So I used to, and I tell people, you got to hold on to your vision, but your vision won't work unless you do. I don't care how, like you have to work. Like you got the new construction home because you was putting in work, right? And you believed it wholeheartedly. And for me, guys, I tell you all the time, you have to hold on to the vision. It may not come when you want it to come, but it will come if you stay at it. And I used to tell you guys this all the time. I used to write down in my journal 10 years ago, living in the middle room of my grandma's house, every day, I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to travel the world. I didn't have no money. I didn't have no passport. I just believed it. Somehow I'm going to travel the world. And fast forward, you guys pretty much know I've been to 54 countries around the entire world, seen a whole lot of the world. But I'm like, wow. Your dreams can really come true if you really put like a burning desire and a burning focus on those things. So that's incredible. And Pete, we're about to come to a close. My final thing I'm going to say, what's your content schedule? Every day, is that best? I know most people can't do it every day. So someone getting started, would 3 times a week be good? Once a week? I know every day.
Once a week, once a month. I mean, anything just to do something. Honestly, like, you know what I mean? Like you don't need to go and overwhelm yourself. Like, again, like, I don't want to like tell people, like, I'm telling you, like, the more you dedicate to your business, the better off you're going to be. Because you're competing, like, and I don't ever sugarcoat this. I tell this to all my students, like, you're competing against me, right? Like, you're competing against guys like me, like, where I do this every single day, 24/7. I live, breathe this stuff. You can get to this point though, like 100%, but you got to commit to it. And if you're like, oh, I'll just do it, you know, once a month. That's not commitment. I believe everybody has time to do things. They just, I mean, if I look at my friends and like, oh, I never have time. Like, oh, dude, I look at your Facebook page. I see you sharing these dumb memes and stuff. Like, I never like look at my like personal Facebook. I don't, it's a waste. To me, social media is business. If social media to you is like browsing around trying to escape your own reality to get like a temporary high from like your social media or whatever, then you're wasting time, right? Like I love auditing people's time. Like I'm so into finding ways to buy my time back. And I hate to go on this tangent real quick, but I have to. Like at the end of your life, if somebody was like, hey, I'll give you 1,000 hours for $1,000. Would you do it? Would you put that on your credit card? Everybody would do that. Everybody would want that time back, right? They would buy their time. You can buy your time back right now, right? Like I'll do little things. Like I used to go to the gym all the time, right? Think about it. When I go to the gym, I have to drive there 15 minutes both ways. Then I have to walk from my car to the gym, right? Once I'm in the gym, I have to wait sometimes for things. It's basically a 2-hour ordeal that I have to go to the gym, maybe 2.5 hours, plus come home, shower, do all those things, right? So I was like, wait, I can probably save that time. So I built a gym in my garage here. And now basically I get the whole thing done in 45 minutes, right? I just bought an hour a day. Basically, I just saved myself like 365 hours a year, right? Like for like $2,000, like 365 hours a year for $2,000. Like I now, like, of course, but guess what? Like if you can buy a lot of your time back doing like Amazon Subscribe and Save, HelloFresh, like there's so many things that you can do to save your time so you can work on your business. But that's the thing. You got to work on your business. Don't like go and like, you got to, a lot of people want it, but they kind of do. Like I see a lot of people that, even in my student group, and I'm like, what do you do? It's Friday night. Like, come on, be work. You got to sometimes work, don't be going out and having a fun time, but you got to, have a good balance. Usually I'll give myself either Saturday or Sunday. I'll try not to work at all. So spend time with friends, spend time with families. You want to have that good balance, but
Good. That's good. And it's funny. One of the things I started buying my time back is now my barber come to my house and cut my hair. I was reaching out to my barber, and it's a simple way I bought my time back. Reaching out to my barber, he's always too busy. So now someone comes to my house at the time we decide on. I could still take my calls. I could still be on my computer. I could talk the way I want. And I'm making money and doing things on my own time. And it takes me 15 minutes to get to the barbershop, 15 minutes to come home. I got to get dressed to go there. I got to sit and wait maybe 15 minutes before I get in the chair. I'm losing 2 hours every 2 weeks. Yeah. So I think as you get into business, like Pete said, we value our time more than we value money, because time, you can get money with time. But if you're wasting your time, if you're not, this is why, Pete, I suggest listening to podcasts, YouTube. I don't listen to a radio. I only listen to things that are going to get my mind right. That's why I tell people all the time, on your way to work, you need to be listening to something that's going to get you out of work, right? Listen to Ecom Builders, listen to Accelerate the Great podcast. These are going to be, Pete, my life has been changing from listening to people like you, listening to the Dan Locks, listening to the Russells, just taking the little strategies, implementing them, and the change that people can see at their fingertips, even for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
you have to. Everything, like honestly, and I don't know your stance on this, like news, stop watching it. Please.
I don't watch the news.
Do not, like, honestly, like everything on the news is the biggest waste of time. Like, and I'm not saying be ignorant. If it's important, you'll find out. Trust me. Okay. But like so many people are so into things that they're out of their control. Like this is why I'm like, you're so caught up in other people's drama that don't even know your name. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fine. Like, even with like people that like watch sports, like, I love going to a game here and there, but like, you know what? Like, is it really worth your time to know every single player's stats of like the past year of guys that don't even know your name? Like that don't really, they're the ones cashing out. They're making millions of dollars a year. So I'm not saying don't do things you enjoy. If you love, hockey, or you love learning the stats, do it. Like you have one life, do what you love, but like, maybe only watch it for like 2 hours a week or whatever, like limit, like you have to start really managing your time and your priorities,
I agree. So listen, Pete, we're going to come to a close. If you were to lose it all tomorrow, what's one thing you're going to do? You lost everything tomorrow. You got to start over again.
Wow. That's a great question. Everything,
a lot of people
$0 in my bank account.
I don't have nothing. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
$0 in my bank accct.
Zero. Yep. You don't have nothing. You got to start fresh, but you do have the skill. So it'll probably be
so firstly, like straight up, it does take money to make money. Like I'm never going to be like the person like, oh, I'll go find some sort of part-time job where I can get some money, cash flow starting in. At that point, once I have some cash flow starting in, I'm going to evaluate like, okay, like how much do I need for living expense? I'm a very calculated person. Like it took me a while before quitting my job. I needed to know. And some people were like, oh, I'm quitting tomorrow. Like I'm very calculated. So I want to know like, okay, look, I need X amount of money for my, my house. Like obviously I'd probably sell my house if I lost everything, but I would obviously start with a sales funnel immediately. I mean, sales funnels have changed so many people's lives. But again, I would probably find a part-time job so I can have that capital to be able to invest in my business and build it out the right way this time. I mean, I can tell you already with my supplement business that we're going to be launching. I already know it's going to hit 7 figures. I already know it because I've had so much experience already with all the things not to do then I'm just going to start with the sales funnel right away. I basically just, for like 4 or 5 years of wasted time doing all that, like I already know it's going to hit 7 figures. I'm like, okay, well, what do I need to do to get it to 8 figures? You know? So yeah, I would start with a funnel immediately.
And I would imagine you get some mentorship.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, you have to learn from people, right? Like I still spend tens of thousands of dollars a year. I mean, on mentors, like you have to get other people's perspective. I mean, look, we're in our, the 2CCX program, Platinum or whatever, right? It's basically like, for me, I've never grown an 8-figure business before, but I need to know how. So we invested a lot of money to do it because it's going to help us. They're going to teach us how to build like people are so scared to invest in themselves. It's a whole different topic that I could go into. Just do your due diligence on who you learn from, guys. Okay, right? There's a lot of people out there because there's so much information out there. Don't be sold a fake dream. If anybody tells you it's easy or is telling you a get rich quick scheme, please like use your common sense, right? Like use your common sense. Like don't get wrapped up in like some scam or something like that.
And just to add, guys, so as you all know, 2018. I spent $26,000 on my self-education, going to conferences, buying programs, and one of those programs I invested in was Peter's program. And it's really, and I'm not here, you know, as you guys listen to the podcast, I don't sell you nothing on here. Everything is free, but I do want Pete to talk about it because that program offers a lot of value. And I just want you to kind of touch on that program for anyone who is interested in learning your way with the sales funnels and just how you do it, bro, because I think you're incredible and just all around amazing.
No, I appreciate it, man. So like, yeah, I put together this program. It's called Ecommerce Empire Academy, but it's not just e-commerce. It basically goes from it's fitting that you just asked me the question, like, what would I do if I lost everything? Like, this is exactly what I would do if I had lost everything, right? I would start with the mindset. Then I would start with the funnels. Then I would set up my email marketing, figuring out the products that I'm going to sell. And I show you in a very low cost way how to do it, really risk free. Instead of you going with Amazon where you have to invest $10,000, $20,000, instead we do a model where we don't have to buy any products, right? Where you can just test things out. If it's working and you're getting cash flow, then you can use that money that you make to source and ship your own branded products. But it really is like an A to Z step-by-step system on how to build out like your e-commerce empire using primarily these very simple sales funnels. Like I said, guys, I'm not the smartest person in the world. I want simple. Simplicity is the key in this because I can tell you the more layers of complexity you add into your business, right, the more chances you have of failing, right? Super important to understand. The more layers of complexity you add to your business, the more chances you have of failing. Okay, so keep it simple. Focus on one product offer, right? Not just a product. Focus on a product offer. Focus on building out a high converting sales funnel, and then focus on one traffic source. It could be Facebook. It could be influencers. It could be YouTube ads. It could be whatever. One. That's it. That's all you need. And that's kind of what we walk you through. Our strategy is to get you to have 4 funnels because that's all you need to hit 7 figures, in my opinion, once they're all optimized. One funnel will get you 6 figures. And that's 4 product offers. Like, that's it. You don't need like 20 products or 100 products in your store, right? A lot of these products are evergreen. The markets are always expanding. I don't believe in competition either, right? Because what we do is we make offers. You can't compete with me, right? Like, you can't, like, if you do compete with me, I'll just outvalue you because I care more about my customers. Like, straight up, like, people like tell me I like competitors and I see like people try and like to do the same thing as me. I'm like, okay, whatever. That just pushes me to give more. Right? If you let your competitors fuel you to progress, to give more value to your customers. So that's kind of the rundown of that entire thing, that kind of what we go through the academy.
Wow. So guys, that's going to be that's an incredible program. Like I said, I'm in it. So if you're interested, we'll definitely drop like a link in the show notes. Pete, tell people where they can follow you, how they can support you, your YouTube, your Instagram, and we'll drop it all as well. But I just want you to verbally say it for the people.
Yeah, so if you just go to peterpru.com, PRU.com, or ecommerceempirebuilders.com, they both lead to the same place. Our main thing is e-commerce empire builders on YouTube, Instagram, podcast, basically everywhere. So thanks for having me on, man. I really do appreciate it. I hope I could have brought some amazing value to everybody here today.
You did, Pete. I want to say thank you so much. I truly appreciate the value that you brought, and I'm looking forward to seeing you get the X award next year.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Like, I'm totally transparent. Like, I set like realistic goals for me, like myself. I think it will happen the following year. It will happen the following year.
It's not about how, it's about when. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's the thing I always tell people, like everything on my vision board, like I want to own a villa in Greece. Like I don't, I just love, I think it's the greatest country ever. But like, and I already know it happened. It's already happened. Like you have to start learning to picture yourself in the future, like having all these things. Like it's a lot of fun. This is why I love having my vision board, because then I go to bed, I'm like, oh, I got a Lamborghini, I got a villa in Greece, like I got all these things, you know. So everything. I don't want to get into. Well, I kind of want to. So like, you have to understand, like you right now, and this is why you have to evaluate where you are currently. Like there is a version of you in existence, right? In time, with time, there is a version of you that it has a 7-figure business, that has an 8-figure business, that has all those things you want in life, whatever that might be. There is a version of you out there, right? That person's right here. You're like all the way down here still, but you just have to figure out, okay, connect the dots to get there. Okay. I believe anybody can achieve anything they want in life. I'm a strong believer in like, hey, if one person can do it, I can do it. Like, no, like, and really think about that. Like really think about that inside. Like if one person can do it, you are flesh, you are blood. We all came from the same place. We're all going to the same place when we die, right? Like we're all, there's no person that is born with like, 4 arms and they can work harder. Like, there's everybody, it's an even playing field. Very, very, I mean, the percentage is like less than 1% of millionaires on like the top whatever list are actually inherited. Most people on the list are self-made, guys. Most people that have become millionaires every single day are self-made, right? So don't think like, oh, he got lucky. Oh, no. You don't see the whole backstory of all the stress and what that person's gone through, even if they did inherit it, all right? Good for them, right? I'd rather not have that, but personally, yeah, so get off my tangent there.
No, that's important, man. I want people, I always tell people to say, look, Pete, my current situation is not my final destination. Where you are, you won't always be. Like people, we need to understand that where we currently are, what we currently going through, it is temporary. Like it is temporary. And what Pete said earlier, look at everything that you accomplished thus far. If you were able to accomplish all of this, you don't think you're going to be able to accomplish that and that much more in 5-10 years? It's not about how, it's about when. It's going to happen, right? And I live by this, guys. It has to work, or it has to work. There's no other option for me. My business, my goals, my dreams, the things I want to do in this world has to happen. And I believe when you put that out to the universe and make it a burning desire in your mind, there's going to be no way that it can't happen, right?
It's like Yoda. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but Yoda says a great quote: "Do or do not. There is no try." Right? Like it's a powerful quote, right? So live by it, So thanks again.
What's some of your favorite books? I see you got some books back there.
What's my favorite quote? Actually, let me show you. Give me a second.
I said books. I said, what's some of your
favorite books? My favorite book is I actually have some secret ones. I don't know if I should say them. I'll give you one of the most dangerous books out there. It's called 12-Month Millionaire. It is the literally most cheesy quote or a book name ever, but this guy has listed out exactly what he did to build a 9-figure supplement business. You can't even buy this book, by the way, so good luck trying to find it. But I'm telling you, I got a copy of it right down there. You could probably find it somewhere on eBay. It is the best book that I've ever read.
Wow. 12 millionaire people. So guys, with that being said, man, let's go show Pete some love in the comments on YouTube. Let's go show some love on his Instagram, on his YouTube. Let's go show some love to his program, which is incredible. He dropped a whole lot of game. This is our longest episode. So I think our first episode, our longest was like an hour. I'm like, hey, Pete, we're going to go 20 to 40 minutes. We might have went a little over an hour, but it was packed with game. It was packed with value. And Pete, I just want to say thank you, because I'm calling this a degree for free. Like people can literally come on here and learn the things it took you years to accomplish. Took me years to get my mind right. Took every guest years to get where they are, but you came here and delivered nothing but value. You didn't hold anything back. So I want to say thank you for that. And guys, please go like, subscribe, review, follow Pete. Support the program. Let him know in his comments on his Instagram that you were here, just showing that you really appreciated this episode. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Accelerate the Great. We pray that you keep working diligently every single day so your aspirations to becoming 6, 7, 8, 9-figure happy business owner come true. So have an amazing day, guys. We appreciate you.